we are recording this 3 hours before the premiere. So most people that will have heard this will have already seen the premiere. So it might be fun for them to compare our expectations with what we actually get tonight, and then hear finally what we think of it next week. So it's been ultra secretive. They had a premiere in LA on Friday, the first 2 episodes, and the press, whatever press were there, and the talent has been very respectful. They haven't given away anything. There was a Yahoo article that very vaguely mentioned a couple of aspects of the 2 hours that got me even more excited, but they weren't spoilers. They were like, they said the best new face of the season so far isn't a face at all. And then they said it contains one of the scariest moments that they've ever seen on television. Those were the 2 things I was like, oh, God, I can't wait. But they also said that, look, this is certain to rattle and confuse and infuriate a lot of people. So what are your expectations of the return of Twin Peaks?
I have none.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, can I be blatantly honest here? This is a show that started off on all cylinders. That mid-season replacement, that first half was awesome. When it came back as a full season, it just went off the rails halfway through. So I have anything to me. I mean, this is a thing that I have zero expectation for, just because I don't know what's going on through Lynch's mind anymore. This century, he's just been I don't get what he's trying to do at all. So anything is possible. And let me go back to spoilers. How can you spoil something that most people have no idea what's really going on? I mean, let me be honest. One of my frustrations with this is I finally watched again Fire Walk with Me a couple of weeks ago. And, guys, I got to say, if that's the thing that he said we should all watch, is he out of his mind? That movie is just awful. I'm sorry. That's an awful movie. It doesn't hold up at all in 2017. So I hope that he was just, like, doing that as a way, like a wild goose chase and sending us all out, and it means nothing, because that movie really doesn't hold up at all.
The only thing I've ever really loved about that, the 2 things that I've always really loved about that movie specifically are Cheryl Lee's performance and the sound.
The sound is a key thing.
Other than those 2 elements, I respect it, but I don't love it. Like I think Jamie, you love that movie.
You love that movie, but it's unwatchable today. It's like going back and hanging out with your uncle.
It's unwatchable for you. I watched it a couple of weeks ago too. I know.
I know, that's fine, but it's like going out hanging out with your uncle who you thought was really cool, but then you find out he's like, mentally retarded.
I mean,
yeah. I think tonally, he was able to create an environment in the film that he wasn't on the series, especially. He relinquished kind of control on the series for a while because he was busy making Wild at Heart, and that's when the show really went off the cliff. And he even admitted that. He said, season 2 of Twin Peaks sucked until I came back for the last episode of it to try to, and he threw out the script that they had for the last episode and did it more in his style. But, if it's more in the tone of the movie, then I'm excited about that because I adore the movie. I think the movie has a lot of empathy for the main character of Laura Palmer. I think it's a really harrowing movie about it's a horror movie about rape and incest, which is tough stuff. And if he's allowed free reign over an 18-hour movie on Showtime, I think he can reach great heights with that.
I think if that's the case, definitely. This is a man who, unless he has complete creative control, he's not going to do something. Now, let's hope it's more. What you said to me very interesting. He went to go do Wild at Heart. He's still making incredible films at this point. I think to me the last movie that he made that I thought was really, really good was Lost Highway. And after that, I'm just sort of I just give up. But
I mean, you're Lost Highway, Mulholland Drive doesn't make any impression on you at all.
I think Mulholland Drive is just it seems like there is something there, but I think it's too much. I don't think it's in the same league with his earlier stuff. I really don't.
I disagree completely.
I mean, I just don't think it's that. I mean, I saw it. I like it for what it is. But I think when you go back to something like Blue Velvet or Wild at Heart or even Lost Highway, that to me is like, I think when he worked with Barry Gifford, they were definitely on to something. And I miss that. I really miss that collaboration between those two. I mean, to me, Wild at Heart is just here we are, 27 years later, and I actually like that probably the most out of all of his things. That may be my favorite David Lynch thing is Wild at Heart. And it wasn't always, not at first, but it just has grown on me over time. Those characters and everything
For me, Eraserhead, Blue Velvet, Mulholland Drive. Those are the three. That's the triumvirate for me. All the others are good works, great works, no question about it. I don't think he's ever done anything that I hated, but there was those are the ones.
And for me, it's Wild at Heart, Blue Velvet, and Firewalk with Me are my favorites. Mulholland Drive, I like a lot. It has always been surprising to me that is, among the International Film Critic consensus, the highest ranked, most recent movie on their list. It's always top 20 or something, all-time greatest movies. The most recent among them.
Yeah.
I had no idea it resonated like that.
It's just a work that I think everything that you need to decipher Mulholland Drive is there in the movie, and whether people know it or not, whether they're able to consciously figure it out or not, I think they know it's there. I think there's something about that movie that the subtext to it screams out to people, and I think it hits people on a gut level. I mean, for me, Blue Velvet is a more traditional sort of tale, and then Razorhead is more of a delve into the sort of a dream world. They're all sort of delves into dream worlds, of course, but and of course certainly Mulholland Drive has that too. But I think that's the reason it resonates with people.
Well, but we all agree. I mean, we have to. I mean, what else is there really? That this is 3 hours before the premiere. It is the most anticipated TV event of the year, right? I mean, we've been talking about that ever since they announced it.
I mean, it is. You could not have, as we've said before, you could not have this Sunday night that we've been doing now since 1999, since The Sopranos, basically. You could not have any of this without Twin Peaks. Let's be very honest. There is no TV without Twin Peaks. That's the great sea change. You could not have. You had a director, a visionary director, decide, hey, I'm going to go to TV, and which was not, by the way, a bad place to be. But I'm going to see if we can do something a little bit better. And that's the great. That will always be, regardless of whether the quality went downhill or whatever. But because he decided to do TV, you created a slow thing that happened in the '90s, the X-Files, Oz, The Sopranos, and so forth.
Right.
But that's why you have
and the ones that didn't last, like Wild Palms and that kind of stuff.
And Wild Palms is long before Twin Peaks. That was a Bruce Wagner comic in Details magazine that had been around for a long time.
Yeah, I'm talking about as a TV series.
Yeah, no, but as a TV show. But yeah, it got. They saw. I mean, obviously they saw from, hey, maybe we can do what Lynch did with Twin Peaks. We can do something with this on TV, and they created that. And that was just like a mini series that went. But no, you're absolutely right. You could never have Wild Palms on TV without Twin Peaks. There's no way.
And that was Oliver Stone producing that.
Yeah.
I just,
anyway.
Back to your original question, what am I expecting? I'm expecting, pure David Lynch.
Yeah.
Story-wise, I have no expectations. Anything could happen. I have no expectations about the cast because I just, other than everybody's going to look 25 years older, I just am expecting, unfettered David Lynch. I'm expecting to be surprised at every turn because obviously we don't know anything about it. We haven't even seen, more than 15 seconds from it, which I think is an amazing move.